Okay, this is week number 3, starting into program 1 with a little bit of a lesson behind it here. So we're going to talk about some different data types we haven't used yet, and some different types of operators as well. A couple things we're talking about first. Precision in our data calculations. We can use decimal numbers to calculate things extremely accurately. So read about this. Particularly financial or scientific calculations. We want to use decimal numbers. We can calculate things very, very precisely. So as there 28 to 29 decimal places of accuracy that we can do our math with there. So you can calculate things very, very precisely using those data types. For a lot of the stuff we're doing, we don't need that, but for if you really need that precision, like in financial transactions or something else, what you would be using. And then another thing we're going to use in this first program here is the character data type. So a character is just a single character. So in your ERT201 course, you talked about ASCII characters. So this is the ASCII table. It's kind of hard to read because it's very small. But basically every character on the keyboard that you can type is represented by a number in a table. So if you type a capital letter H, that is represented by a certain number. If I look at this table here, I zoom in. Where is the capital H on here? Capital H is number 72, I believe. The lower h is number 104. So that is the actual character number for those characters. So every piece of information from a keyboard basically comes into our system as a character that can be defined numerically as well. So we can use a character or a CHR data type to represent that. So this first program we're going to use is going to demonstrate that a little bit, and we're going to use something called casting, which is a way that we can quickly convert between one data type and another as well. So we're going to demonstrate that here in this program. So when we do our programs from now on, I'm not going to show you. I've already got my data at the top here. That's already done, but you're not going to watch me key that in. We're going to jump right into the code here. So we're going to use a character variable. It's going to be defined as CH. And then we are going to give that a value. Now, if this was a string, I could represent it like this. If I want to use a lowercase a, I could represent it like this. Now, you see that gives me an error right now, because that recognizes that as a string. For a character, I use the single, like the apostrophes around that, to represent a character. So quotation marks represent a string, nothing represents a numeric value, and a single apostrophe represents a character. Okay, so that's the way we need to do that. Now what we want to do is output a bunch of things to the screen. So I'm going to do a console write line. And then we are going to say the ASCII code for, I'm going to put the apostrophe here, and then outside of here I'm going to concatenate with the variable ch, concatenated with another apostrophe is, and then that concatenated with, I actually want now, what is that number that represents the letter A? So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to cast I'm going to do this, say int in brackets and then ch. So what that is saying is I'm going to use the variable ch, but I want you to give me the integer value of it. So convert to integer variable ch. So this is the casting method for converting the variable ch to an integer. Okay, so let's watch that in action. Let's see what happens. So the ASCII code for A is 97. I want to get another space in there. I need another space after the is. The other space in there, make it look better. That is giving me that result. So if I did not do this, if I take that out and run this again, we'll see what we got. So now we're not doing convert to an integer. The ASCII code for A is A, because it actually gives me what that character value is. It actually gives me, sorry, what the character is, not the integer value of it. So I want the integer value of it. So if I say int of that, that's how I get the 97. So we're going to do a couple of these. We're going to do capital C. It's also asking for a number 1 in here as well. I just need to change my comment. Everything else is the same. So you can see what I'm doing here is I'm actually changing the value of ch, redefining what ch is, but then my line that I'm writing is the same every time. So let's watch this. So the ASCII code for capital C is 67. The ASCII code for number 1 is 49. So that is my output. So that is our programming. So that is demonstrating using the character variable and then the casting method for converting values. Okay, that's program number 1.